In today's video, we'll be talking about a major storm that could be impacting the southeast. We'll be talking about ice totals and snow totals. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about a double whammy for the southeast of ice and snow. But before we get into that, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, check out my Discord, link in the description, and share this with your family and friends so that they can get informed on the weather too. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're starting off with the ECMWF high res here. Let's go ahead and pull out my marker here. Okay, there we go. Now this is just starting off, but there will be a clipper system that will be going down here and then eventually moving out of the country, would be causing probably around anywhere from 5 to 10 inches in some areas if it combines with lake effect, but we'll see when it happens. It's not that far out, so we'll see what happens. But let's go ahead and move it to the main event here, which this cold front triggers this event. So first of all, the cold front will be moving across, causing very cold temperatures, and that will be colliding with some moisture, causing some ice, snow, and rain, and freezing rain, which could be very dangerous for driving difficulty and power outages. So let's go ahead and move it out here. Boom, boom. So we can see a low pressure forms. Well, it did form right here, but now it has kind of lost it right here. But we can see it pulling up moisture from the Gulf Stream. This will be left behind, causing ice for these areas and snow for these areas as it moves out of the country with the cold front it has been following. So we can see it already starting here off of the cold front. We can see pretty heavy ice here, and then scattered snow showers in the Carolinas and Virginia, and a little sliver of Tennessee. The main part of the ice will be in South North Carolina and South Carolina. That will be pretty high ice amounts after the storm, anywhere from half an inch to an inch of ice, which could be devastating for some areas. But the double whammy I'm talking about is when this storm, many hours here, and it moves out. The double whammy I will be talking about is on the GFS, but we're talking about the ECMWF right now, as it is moving out of the country. Maybe a nor'easter. We'll see what happens with that, as we are 108 hours out. But that does move out. There will be some clipper systems colliding with some lake effect snow that will be causing, again, overall 5 to 10 inches. Once like 1 and then 2, 2, and then causes a good bit of snow on the ground. You guys are pretty used to that up in the northeast and north United States. But let's go ahead and get into the GFS here. We are main GFS, the GFS here. We are maining right here in the southeast as we are looking at it here, right? And what we are doing is we're just gonna move out the model and see where the path is, and we'll see how much snow there will be, and then we'll get into the NAM and we'll see how much snow, and let's see what the path of the storm is on that model. So as we're moving it out here, we can already see the cold front starting and a little bit snow following after, but the snow accumulations won't be that high, as there could be rain before. That will make the ground not as cold, so accumulations couldn't be that high. As we move it out here, it really stops, right? There's a low pressure system in the Gulf, and it moves up here. But the double whammy I'm talking about is the first here, probably up to 18 hours of ice here in some areas, mainly in this area. 18 hours snow for this area, but this is the first storm. It lingers, right? And then this combines with it, this low pressure that is down here combines with it, causing even more intense freezing rain mix and snow, and this causes many hours of ice, and this could be very dangerous here. So every time I move it out is 6 hours, right? It's still here, getting heavy in some areas. Snow also starting to get pretty moderate, especially in North Carolina on the coast. But as we move it out here, it starts to move out. But here is the second or third whammy here. Third whammy. So 3 whammies just gets slapped Especially this one moves down a little bit farther south here in Georgia and South Carolina, which is kind of crazy to say. And we can see as we move it out here, it moves up through, but mainly changes to rain and it moves off the coast. But don't go yet. We still have to look at the NAM and the snowfall amounts. So if we look at total accumulated snowfall after that storm has passed, a bit of snow here, especially on the coast, 7 to 8 inches here, and then down here 6 inches, 7 inches. So it is a good bit of snow, and of course the cold front isn't going to be much. The accumulations, isn't going to be enough because of that rain before. It isn't going to be too cold. The ground isn't going to be too cold, so the accumulations could be pretty low. But this is the snowfall, so this is how much snow is going to fall, not the accumulations. So not that heavy snow, but moderate snow here. And if this becomes a nor'easter, it could become very heavy snow for the Northeast, but we'll see what happens. Probably in the next video, I could be talking about that. But this also includes sleet. There will be a good bit of sleet right down here, so there may be an inch of that could be sleet because last storm, areas got up to 1 inch of sleet, which is kind of crazy. But let's go ahead and move on to the 12 kilometer, NAM 12 kilometer here, and let's actually move into the southeast US. And we can already see here, I zoomed it out a little just to check it up, but we can see, let's go and move out to the cold front. We can see the cold front developing here, causing ice for Mississippi, rain for Mississippi, and this, won't cause much problems. It's just a little bit of rain, but after here, driving difficulty could go pretty high as it starts to move here. A bunch of ice could fall. The NAM 12 kilometer is expecting, but this is pretty moderate snow, so the NAM 12 kilometer could be expecting a little bit more snowfall as the cold front moves out. But here is whammy number 1 here. Pretty heavy mix and sleet and a little tiny bit of snow. This is a much more different depiction than the GFS model. But we can see the storm already starting pretty heavy down here as it's causing a pretty big swath of snow down here. And then it's still lingering here, the ice and sleet and a little sliver of snow near the coast. A little bit similar to the GFS as the main snow will be near the coast. But as we move it on, pretty moderate sleet, freezing rain, and mix, and a little sliver of snow for Georgia, and that's either Alabama or Mississippi, Georgia, and South Carolina, little slivers of those. But this is much more ice than the GFS was predicting, and the ECMWF high res, or the European model. As we move it out, we can see the snow also getting more intense, and the sleet and ice getting much more intense. It isn't going out that far, though, because it's a NAM 12 kilometer. We're going to look at the NAM 32 kilometer to see what they are expecting. I have to do the country, United States. There we go. And we can see it also goes to the same hours, but is expecting about the same depiction here. It's basically just a more high-res NAM 12 kilometer and then 3 kilometer. 3 kilometer doesn't go as far out, but 12 kilometer and 32 kilometer are the same. It's just that NAM 12 kilometer is a little bit more high res. But let's go ahead and look at the snowfall amounts. Let's go back to the 12 kilometer here and let's zoom into the southeast. So we can see here total snowfall already much more than the GFS. We can see 8-9 inches here, so this will most likely be more on the ice and sleet side than more snow, but there could be a little bit of snow. The swath is basically right here, 10 inches for southern Texas, which isn't that common, is it? But this includes sleet again, so 1 or 2 inches maybe could be that. So let's say this would be, this 7 would be 6 inches, this 8 would be 7 inches, and this 5 would be 4 inches. That's how it's looking right now. But thank you guys for watching and that kind of quick update. And I will see you guys in the next one. But before you go, if you like this content, make sure to subscribe. Check my Discord, link in the description. Like the video if you liked it, and share this with your family and friends to get informed on the weather. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.